Like 3.5 hours from where I lived in Florida, I went to the police. You might have to pause to read it, but I did go to the police. I went to the police right after. I drove back from the Keys at 4 a.m., going like 100 miles an hour, trying to get someone to help me. This is where he bit my face. He bit me, he busted my lip open. I had ligature marks on my hands and knees and my neck. I had fingerprints on my neck. I had a severely busted lip. This is my lip. So all of these photos were taken by me or the police officers on their cell phones. I do have over 200 photos that they took at the hospital at what they called the Butterfly House when I had my interview, because I had to have a sexual assault kit done because I was sexually assaulted. But when I tried to pursue this, all of that disappeared. Everything from my trial was gone. My photos could no longer be found. I called the hospital and they said that they had given them to the police department, and the police department said, oh, the hospital has them, so you just need, you just need to contact them. No one found them. No one has them. I've never seen them, but I remember them being taken. I was in the hospital for several hours. I lost my job because they thought I was lying to them. So I don't know if it's because of his trial or not, but I could not access even like the affidavit or my story or anything. When I went to go look for it again, I have it all typed up from the day after, I believe. Here's another thing you might have to pause to read. So Detective Potter was the detective on the case. He told me that he went and interviewed Wade, who for the entirety of our relationship, he told me his name was Steven. He wouldn't show me his license. I found out that Steven was actually his middle name later. So Detective Potter told me that he went down to the Keys, did a DNA test, and spoke to Wade in person. And Wade told him that I was into that kind of thing, and that's why I was tied up and stuff like that. I had to remind the detective that I had a busted face, that Wade had stolen my phone and sold it for crack while I was bound and gagged, tied up underneath a blanket in the back of my car. This man drove through a McDonald's while I was tied up in the back of my car, naked, bound and gagged. Literally, I had a shirt tied around my face. I had leggings in my mouth. My foot was broken because he slammed it in the door. So when I heard the trial of him doing that to Christina Melton, tying her up with her own clothes, it brought back a lot of feelings for me. I hadn't spoken out about this as much lots of people know, and I've obviously talked to the news, but I haven't like posted a lot about it since it happened, because Wade would find ways to contact me while he was in jail. He would use other people's accounts, or he would call from other people's numbers. And the last time I spoke to him, I believe like last year or the year before, I told him I wanted nothing to do with him. I would see him at his trial date or when they put him to death, whatever. I wanted nothing to do with him, and he promised that he would see me later. So I was a little hesitant about like telling the whole world about this, because I was afraid that he was going to get out and come after me. I actually moved over an hour away from where I lived because I was just afraid that he was going to find me and try to kill me. His girlfriend after me, her friends had reached out to me to tell me that he was abusing her. So I spoke to her. I explained to her what he did to me and warned her, but he's charismatic. He's 6'5". He's a good looking dude. Well, he was. He's not anymore. So, you know, he's a smooth talker. He persuaded her to stay, and he almost did the same thing to her. He beat the crap out of her. He, like, tied her up and threw her out naked in a parking lot. Like, it's the fact that the police department failed me so severely by not even arresting this man on a suspicion after I had gone to the hospital with injuries and sexual assault and literally a knife in my car that he had used. He had cut my OnStar so that no one could find me if I did use it. Just like after he did all of that, he met up with a girl. He met up with a girl and handed me my keys back and left. So I drove home. I drove 100 miles an hour on I-95 hoping that I would get pulled over so that I could explain what happened, but I never got pulled over. So I went straight home to Palm Beach County. So, I mean, looking back, I should have found a police officer there, but it was 4 a.m. I didn't have a phone. I was 3 hours from home. I didn't know where I was. I knew how to get home because I had been in the Keys before. But had this detective actually done his job and arrested this man, I think these women would still be alive, because I would have testified against him for this. My whole family, all my friends, everyone would have stood up for this. And this detective basically said, you were into that kind of thing, so we can't really do anything about it. So that's my story. There's a lot more detail to what he did, and I would gladly share more detail. If there's any women out there that are scared to leave, please message me. I will always talk to you. I will help you the best I can. I'm always going to try to help women or even men leave abusive relationships. Wade actually dated a man after me and stabbed him. So it happens to men too. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will always be there to talk. But I'm going to share the video where he is found guilty. He does have a smirk on his face, and I'm hoping that for sentencing on the 20th that he gets the death penalty, and I will be there with a big sign saying bye. Anyway, thank you for listening.
Defendant in this case, count 1, first-degree murder.
Can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. Why do you want to talk to me? Is it okay if we talk? But why do you want to talk to me? It's okay if we talk. Like, I honestly, like, I liked writing you, all that stuff, even though when I write you, you really don't like respond to anything that I say. You just write something completely different. But it still makes me feel good to write you, and I hope that, like, some of it you take in, but I don't know if you do or not. That's, like, something that I don't know, you know?
Because after everything that happened, it's hard to believe anything you say.
I can honestly, I can understand that. I get that. That's cool. I can understand that. That's fine.
And unlike Mila, I'm not going to fall for your shit more than once.
Well, I'm not asking you to fall for anything, honestly. I'm really not. You know, it would be different, like, if I was, like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what you mean by you're not going to fall for my shit. I don't know.
You know what I mean, even though you don't want to discuss it.
So you think you're just going to be so much stronger than that. But let me ask you a question, but you're still talking to me. So what's going on?
I didn't know if you were going to tell me about what happened, but you're saying nothing happened, so whatever.
Kelly, you know what I'm saying? Listen, do you see what I wrote you in our messages? If you honestly have, like, my best interest in heart, then you would stop asking me the same thing over and over again, especially when, here's something else, the police listen to my calls. They listen to
No shit. They listen to everybody's calls.
No, they really pay attention to mine, though, all the time. Even when one of your messages came in, the one that you fucking continuously asked me the same fucking question, did you know that it was pending staff review, and I didn't get to check it until the very next day? You know why it was pending staff review? Because they pay attention. They were watching the whole conversation. Kelly, that's why. It was pending staff review. I couldn't even open your message. It had to get...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all I wanted, you know what I wanted from you, and you couldn't do it, so I don't...
So now what? So now do you not want to talk to me?
I don't know, because you literally couldn't say...
Listen. So now do you not want to talk to me? Because I have other people to talk to. You're not like... If you don't want to talk to me, I would love to talk to you, honestly. I really would. I'm not trying to fucking bullshit you on anything. I honestly want to make amends for the wrongs that I've done. I want to fucking maybe be a part of your life if I'm fortunate enough to do so, and to be able to speak to you. Like, because even though shit was fucked up, honestly, we had a fucking good time. And, you know, like, I want to try to, like, fix things. That's what I'm here for. You know, but if you don't want to, then like...
Well, to fix things, you literally have to... I don't need you to go into detail and to fucking... I don't want you to, like, say anything that you feel like is incriminating.
I'm not going to talk about that at all. So if that's all you want...
Because you want to know what I want from you. That's literally all I wanted, was for you to say...
Well, that's not something you can get. Sometimes just message me on the kiosk and be like, I have money on the phone or whatever, or I can put money on the phone, and then I'll know to call you. But listen, they have me in the one-man cell, but they're going to be moving me like in a couple days, and they're going to be putting me in a two-man cell with another guy, and I have to do that for like a month, and then after I do that, they're going to put me like in general population. So I have to go like down this fucking gradual like ladder of like shit I have to do before they can do that. So.
You're going to be in there for a while if you're taking this to trial.
Yeah, I'm going to trial. Of course I am. I haven't been charged with anything, but if they do, then yeah, of course, Kelly, I'm innocent, and of course I'm going to go to trial. I'm not going to take time for something that I didn't do, so trial is the only other option. So if I have to sit in here for a while for my life and my freedom, then I'm not opposed to that. Actually, I'm for that. So... yeah, I know I'm going to be here for a while. It sucks, but, I mean, what else can I do? At this point, I just have to tough it out and be a fucking man about it and go to trial and wait. So, whatever. It is what it is. Hey, listen, what's up with the dogs? Are they still, you still have your dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I have 3.
I know. I remember you told me, I forget when you told
me. You have 1 minute remaining.
We have 1 minute remaining. I hate that lady. All right. Well, it was really, really good to talk to you. Hopefully, maybe you can say the same, but, you know, just tell me on the kiosk, like, whenever, I'm still going to write you on the kiosk, even if you can't, like, write me back or something. Maybe you can read them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. That's fair. Alright, well, I'll just wait till the phone ends, and then we can go. We can part ways. You can go make, what are you making for dinner?
I'm just gonna heat up the chicken and rice I made last night.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Listen, honestly, I thought you were going to be eating some, like, weird shit. Remember that one time you had, like, chicken hearts in the fridge? That creeped me
Yeah,
out.
they were good.
Yo, that creeped me out. No, that's not. That creeped me out. You were like, just try them. I was like, no, I'm not trying that. Sorry. There's no way.
No, I don't know why you didn't.
I should have, huh?